Monday. I get to get back to work.
What is going on, guys? This is the Empowered People Podcast, Tuesday Tune-Up, where you know what we're going to do. We're going to focus on more stories, give less advice. I'm your host, Josh Levin. And dude, this is not a story that is going to make me sound like a good person. So if you listen to the podcast, you've already subscribed on YouTube and iTunes. If you've written reviews on iTunes and YouTube, thumbs it up, liked it, subscribed, all that kind of crap. I'm going to fall down a peg on your hero chart, your example chart, or whatever you want to call it. And so I'll just get into the freaking story. So the other day I was driving home. From work, and I'm on I-35, and it's kind of bad out, and it's kind of gray, and it's a major highway, and I get off on this major highway to another highway that leads to my house. I'm just saying highways. This is the stupidest episode ever, but so it's one of those lanes where there's two right-hand turn lanes, and like, I don't know if it's a law or not, but I know that if you're in the rightmost lane, you can usually turn right on red. Well, this is a highway to a highway, so it's really busy, and it has like this do not take a right sign that will flash up, and there's all this traffic coming by. It's a very, very busy intersection, right? And so I get off of it, and I'm not in the rightmost lane. I'm in the left lane. Still turning right, but I'm in the left lane. And I'm sitting there, and the don't turn right sign is flashing, and I'm kind of, looking for another song on iTunes or whatever. And then I see that sign stops, but it's still red, and the car in the right-hand lane turns right on red. But there's a lot of cars coming, and so you kind of got to, interweave. So I'm looking and I'm watching traffic and, seeing the red sign, seeing traffic, all this kind of stuff. And so I'm kind of reluctant to go out there. I don't want to get in a wreck. I don't want to get a traffic ticket, all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of waiting, and I see that there's an opening coming. And right before that opening comes, the dude behind me just freaking lays on his horn. Just, not one of those like beep. It's like a burr, like he's pissed, right? And so it goes by, and I'm kind of startled, and then I'm kind of mad, and I kind of just sit there like, now I'm not going to turn right. Like, I don't know if the left-hand lane can turn right. That's a good question that, maybe in the comments you can let me know. But so I'm sitting there, and a bunch of other cars pass, and then he honks again. He is pissed off, right? All these cars pass, and then I finally go, and as I'm going, it turns green, so now I know for sure I can go. Well, he freaking cuts into the other lane and slams on the gas and vroom by, and all this stuff. And of course, we landed another stoplight, right? Red light, first stoplight, it's red. He's already there because he went 90 miles an hour to the first one. And then I roll up beside him, and I kind of do that roll up while I'm looking at him, right? And like, I know I'm looking jacked in this Empowered Electric shirt. That's what these shirts do. They feel comfortable and they make you look jacked. But I'm not a fighter, okay? So even though I'm kind of giving this guy the mean mug, deep down I know I am not going to get out of this car and fight this guy. I don't have road rage. I don't have any kind of rage or any kind of skill. And I pull up, and I'm staring this dude down, and he is a big, thick, biker-looking burly dude, right? Shaved head, big goatee, and I'm like, oh, crap. Well, he starts to roll down his window, and I'm like, I don't know why. I just feel so dumb. And maybe it's because I'm like across the street from like a really nice Chick-fil-A. I don't think I'm going to get shot if I yell at this guy. So I freaking roll down the window, and he's like, right on red. And I was like, right on red? Right on red. Right on red? Right on red. I said, even when you're in the left lane? And he just kept saying right on red. And I'm like, even in the left lane? Even when the sign is flashing no? And I'm giving him all these excuses. And I'm kind of saying it, pardon me, I'm kind of saying it like making fun of him, right? Like I'm throwing gas on the fire. I'm not like, oh, sir, I'm sorry. I'm like throwing gas on the fire, right? And we kind of go back and forth a little bit. He just keeps on yelling, dude. This dude's pissed, right on red. And finally I go, bro, man, I hope you have somewhere really important and special to go right now, that you're in such a big hurry. And dude, the dude starts to shake and then starts crying. Right? Like, I'm like, hey, hope you really have somewhere special and good to go, buddy. And the dude starts crying, and I'm like, holy crap. And he goes, hey, man, I'm super sorry. My fiance just got admitted into the hospital. I'm having a super bad day. I'm really, really sorry. And like, crying, like not faking, not sarcastic ass like I was just being, but like literally crying. And I'm like speechless, wondering what the heck, right? As he rolls up the window and kind of wipes the tears from his eyes, it turns green. He drives off. I'm still sitting there kind of like shook. Bro, get honked at again, because now I'm sitting at a gosh darn green light, not going. And as I'm driving home and I'm processing how I was kind of a a prick to this guy, not intentionally. I kind of provoked, like the guy was kind of being a jerk, but then I was a jerk back, right? Like I wasn't a kind person. I didn't think, and it just got me realizing, like you always hear about like people saying like, don't be a jerk on the highway or on the street because of road rage, because they could beat you up, because they could get out, because they could shoot you. But there's also that thing of like, hey, don't be a jerk on the road, because you don't realize if the dude in the car next to you, even though he looks like this bald, big goatee, burly biker, beat the crap out of you kind of guy, you don't know if his fiance just got admitted to the hospital and maybe he's taking her last breath and he's hurrying to get to that hospital. And it just reminded me of that quote of like, hey, be kind to everyone because you don't know what kind of battle people are fighting. And I wish I could have said that, like, I took down the dude's license plate number and I'm going to send his fiance flowers and all that kind of stuff. But like, to be honest, he probably is telling the story right now about the dude that got in his way and kind of a jackass. But I didn't see that one coming. And I would just say to each and every one of you guys, as you're driving to work, as you're driving home, as you're freaking doing your thing, realize that 2020 was hard on a lot of people, man. A lot of people lost loved ones. People lost jobs. People are scared of what's going on. And be kind. Don't be a jerk. I don't know if you should turn right on red when in the left-hand lane, but I do know that you should always be kind and believe the best in somebody else.
Hey, shine like gold. They don't want story, man. They want the soundbite. I'm like, no.